So we're going to start our evening, as we usually do, with a meditation. And the invitation, of course, is for you simply to take a relaxed position, relaxed and yet alert. We take a relaxed yet alert position with our bodies back straight but not rigid, feet on the floor flat, hands in our laps, maybe one palm over the other, whatever your choice. And eyes either entirely closed or maybe letting a little bitty fringe of light come through. This is the position that best supports what we're trying to do with our mind as we meditate with mindfulness meditation. We are seeking a relaxed and yet alert mind. So our body supports the mind. And as we start, I invite you to take a long, slow in-breath and holding it just for a moment, and then a long, slow exhale. And a second, inhaling, a long and slow, allowing the breath to just go down into the belly, holding for a moment and exhaling. It's kind of a breath that allows us to untangle a bit. And now simply allowing your breath to find its own natural pace. No need to, in any way, try to control it. Just letting the breath breathe itself. And for those of you who have an established practice, and I know many of you do, you may just want to move right into your practice. And for those of you who are newer, I'll guide a little bit here. Inviting you to allow your attention to move into your feet. Allowing your feet to be the object of your awareness. Becoming mindful of any physical sensations in this moment that your feet are experiencing. Just noticing gently. What are the physical sensations in your feet? You might take it foot by foot, starting with the left foot. Just noticing the touch of your shoes, the socks, if you're wearing socks. Where you feel the touch of the shoe on your left foot, the firmness of the floor underneath. And two, your right foot. Just noticing what's true. What are the physical sensations? Don't try to imagine what your right foot now looks like. Experiencing directly physical sensations. And two, from your right foot, taking your attention to your right knee. And again, noticing physical sensations in the right knee. Perhaps there's a slight pain in the right knee. Maybe not. Maybe a tingling sensation. What's true in your right knee? And moving to to the left knee. Same close attention. Attention without any talk about it. Can you simply focus purely on the physical sensations right now in the left knee? And now, inviting you to move your attention to one place in your body that is feeling uncomfortable or downright painful at this moment. Just one place. Maybe just slightly uncomfortable, or maybe very uncomfortable. Allowing your focus to rest there. Noticing the physical sensations of the discomfort or the pain. What does that feel like? Is it tight? Maybe tingling in an unpleasant way? Maybe throbbing or hot? Allowing your attention to rest with pain, just as pain. To voluntarily simply be with that pain right now. Noticing any changes that occur. And now moving your attention to one place in your body that feels comfortable. Maybe just at ease, relaxed, maybe pleasantly warm or pleasantly cool. Just noticing. Noticing comfort. Again, the mind likes to chatter. But our effort here is just to be purely present to the physical sensations. So if you notice that chattering has begun to happen, and it does, it's not a problem. The very moment that you notice that the mind is off talking about something else, or even about the pain, as opposed to just experiencing the pain, if it's talking, this is a moment of mindfulness when you notice. Allowing yourself to notice, and gently and kindly pulling away from that chatter, from that story, and returning your attention to the place of comfort in your body. Resting there for a moment. Perhaps appreciating it. The Vietnamese teacher Thich Nhat Hanh speaks about appreciating a non-toothache. Appreciating a non-toothache, appreciating comfort. Whereas we usually take it for granted, don't we? Maybe noticing right now that at any time, as you go through your days, you can always choose to focus just for a moment on a place of comfort in your body, no matter what else is happening in your day. There's always some place that's comfortable. Noticing the physical sensations now. And again, for those of you who are following this, I invite you to bring your attention to your sit bones and to the experience of sitting on this chair or on the floor. The weight of your torso on the chair, the floor. Noticing the physical sensations once again. And allowing your attention to move up at this point. Moving up to your shoulders. And there too, what are the physical sensations present in the right shoulder at this moment? And please keeping in mind the basic mindfulness instruction. If at any time when you notice your mind is wandering, you're being mindful, you've noticed, it's off in a story. Gently, kindly unhook from the story. No matter how engrossing it might seem in this moment, because our stories always seem engrossing one way or another, unhook. And in these moments, we're training our minds, as they say, like a little puppy, to come back and focus on the physical sensations in your right shoulder. All this is very gentle. And now the same with your left shoulder, just noticing. And now I invite you to move your attention into your breath and experiencing the physical sensations of the in-breath and the out-breath. Right at the nose, the nasal passage. You don't have to go all the way through the body. In mindfulness, we try to become really subtle, noticing very subtle changes. Can you do that with your breath? The in-breath, the out-breath. The flow of air, the touch sensation of the breath as it flows in and as it flows out. Remembering the mind wants to chatter. It'll steal your attention time and again. And it's off into its story. Just noticing. Notice it. And again, gently pulling out. And coming back and noticing the change in each breath, for no two breaths are exactly alike. Taking an interest in your breath. Noticing the changes, however subtle, the pace of your breath. The change in temperature on the inhale and the exhale. Being curious. This can be a real stretch for our minds that are used to being so busy and bombarded with a variety of stimuli. We're quieting our mind. We're training it to watch and watch closely. Something very simple, without chatter. And without judgment. Returning time and again, as often as necessary, to this gentle attention to your changing breath, this mindful attention. If at this moment you feel fairly steady with your attention, I invite you to take another step, the backward step, moving your attention away from your breath and into that spaceless space that the breath comes from. Moving into the background of your attention instead of the breath in the foreground. Trying, seeing if you can do that, dropping into the background of attention maybe just for a moment. And when you need to again, move into the foreground. Move back and steady yourself with the breath. Doing this is maybe in the spirit of exploration. What's that like? To move into the background of attention rather than focusing on an object like the breath. And doing it in your own time. Back and forth, the breath, the background. Anytime you feel lost, you can always go back to the breath. Or if you prefer, physical sensations. If ever the mind or the body gets restless, simply and very gently noticing. No need for frustration or anger, because this is what minds and bodies do. Simply allow your attention to move back to your breath or to physical sensations in the body. Or to the background of attention. And now, as this meditation period comes to an end, let's offer up a blessing. A blessing that may our meditation and the sincerity of heart that brought you here tonight, some of you for the first time, and many of you month after month and year after year, that beautiful sincerity in which we know the wonder of this practice and what it means. Let's offer it up for the sake of all living beings, including yourself. Offering up the meditation for the sake of all living beings, including yourself, including human beings and the non-human beings. And for this sorely assaulted planet, may all beings and our planet be well. Maybe you want to say a few words of your own as a blessing.